Hi everyone! Oh yeah, this time we're looking at the new races for the Blood Bowl Chaos Edition. Right here in front of me is a Chaos Dwarf team. Of course, I haven't purchased any players nor any rerolls or whatever. It's a brand spanking new team. So I'll show you what type of team you could build with the starting money. So of course, even though they are Chaos Dwarves, they're not that durable. They're not as durable as their cousins. So you really have to be a bit careful with those. So of course we'll grab an apothecary because not grabbing one would be stupid. And let's grab a couple of rerolls. So after that, we basically have to focus on building our team. So of course we need 11 players right off the bat. You have 4 types of players available. You have the Hobgoblins. The game tends to paint them as extremely stupid, but strangely enough, they don't have the really stupid skill. Would have been fun. Well, not necessarily for the player using them, but would have been fun. Then you have the Chaos Dwarf blockers, who basically have the same stats as a regular dwarf blocker. I'm not too sure if they're as expensive or cheaper. Anyway, but they do come with block, tackle, and thick skull. So, just like dwarves. Then you have the bull centers. Those are basically your ball carriers, since they have 6 movement. If I'm not mistaken, was it the runners or the blitzers who had 6 movement? Anyway, so they're the fastest on the team along with Hobgoblins, but they're much more reliable than Hobgoblins. Of course, they have less agility, so they're a little bit like a Black Orc blocker, but with better movement. And they have very good armor value. Of course, they're extremely expensive, and you can only have 2. Oh well. You can also have a Minotaur, like who else had Minotaurs? Well, I think it was Chaos, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, Minotaurs are fun. Oh yeah, of course, Bull Centers. They have Sprint, which gives them a third, the possibility to go for it for a third time if you survive the first 2 times. Sure Feet, which basically gives them a reroll if they fail at going for it. And Thick Skull, just like a regular dwarf. So Minotaurs, we've seen them before. You have Lorner, meaning if you need to reroll with one, yeah, you have 1 out of 2 chances that you won't even be able to use a reroll. Frenzy, that can be really fun with a big guy because they have a lot of strength, but at the same time, sometimes you don't really want to use Frenzy and you're just unlucky with the dice and you just get pushes. Ah well, such is life. Horns give them a bonus to strength when they blitz. A Mighty Blow, well, that's par for the course for big guys. A Thick Skull makes them a bit more durable. And a Wild Animal, it's kind of hard to give them orders if they're not orders to bash someone into the ground. So, let's take a look at those Hobgoblins. As I said in the game, they really mention all the time how stupid they are. But as you can see, they have absolutely no skills. And they get only general skills on level ups, unless of course you roll doubles. So they're like regular linemen. Of course, they are really cheap, so that helps. Chaos Blockers, on the other hand, they're all about strength. So they have strength and normal tables available to them. The good thing, they do have mutations available on doubles, because they're chaos creatures. Did the Hobgoblins have that? No. Hobgoblins are just stupid. They're not even influenced by chaos. They suck. Bull Centers! The Bull Centers, on the other hand, well, sadly, they already mutated in a way, so sorry, no mutations for you. They have the strength and general table available to them, and they can get the other ones with doubles. And finally, the Minotaur. Minotaurs can have mutations. So, like most big guys, they only have access to the strength table of the bat. So they need doubles for anything else. So let's see if we can grab So we have 5 players like this. Here we have 10 players, and we have 60,000 left. So we could keep the 60,000. I don't think we have enough money for another reroll. Nope. So, of course, you can do things differently when you purchase players, because I went for 2 Bull Centers and 1 Minotaur right off the bat. Instead, I could have grabbed just 1 Bull Center and gone for several Chaos Dwarf blockers instead, which might have been a better idea. Well, let's face it, especially since, you know, you need your 11 players right off the bat. So buying 6 Chaos Dwarves would have cost only 420,000, which isn't much. If you add a Bull Center and the rest in Hobgoblins, you have a solid base. However, well, usually 11 players would be fine for a regular team, except that, let's face it, Hobgoblins are not really durable compared to the rest. So it might be a good idea to get a couple of extra Hobgoblins instead of going for the more expensive players. So it really depends on your style of play. I like taking chances, so I prefer the big guns first. Anyway, so with that, you still have a bit of treasury. So with a win, you have a fair chance of getting your 3rd Chaos Dwarf blocker after your first game. Anyway, so that covers an Hobgoblin team. Of course, when I give advice on how to build a team, it all depends on your play style. So my explanations are never the be-all, and I can't remember the rest of that expression. Anyway, you know, don't take my words as gospel. So this is how a Chaos Dwarf team looks. So